Hello students, welcome to lesson 8 on angle of elevation and depression. I hope you are all doing well. Good. In our previous lesson, we looked at example 7. We solved a question on example 7 and then I gave you an assignment. I hope you've all done the assignment. Good. Now in this lesson, we will look at example 8, which is a little bit involving than example 7. But before we begin, let's first look at the solution to the assignment. Good. So this was the question. Now, as I've been telling you, you have to read the question to understand, you visualize the scenario being described, and then you draw a diagram using lines. In order for you to draw the diagram, you have to use the definition of angle of elevation to help you identify the point of observation and the object. And I hope that is what you did. Good. So now let's look at the diagram and then we proceed to look at the solution to the question. Right. So this is the diagram. Now BC is the height of the cliff and then CD is the height of the pillar. We're told that the distance from the boat to the foot of the cliff is 300 meters, and we have the angles of elevation of the bottom and top of the pillar as 48 degrees and 55 degrees. Okay, so this is the diagram. Good. So for simplicity's sake, we use H to represent the height of the cliff and X to represent what? The height of the pillar. Now when you look at the diagram, it's two right angle triangles put together. That is right angle triangle ABC and right angle triangle ABD. Okay, so a smaller right angle triangle and a bigger right angle triangle. Right, so we can easily find the height of the cliff from the smaller right angle triangle. Okay, because we have the adjacent and we know the angle, so we can easily find the height of the cliff. And also, looking at the diagram carefully, you realize that the distance BD, okay, is the same as the distance BC plus the distance of CD. Okay, if you look at it carefully. So BD is equal to what? BC plus what? CD. Okay, so it means that to find X, which is the height of the pillar, when we know that the distance BD, we can subtract the distance BC from it, and that will give us what? The distance CD. That is the height of the pillar. Okay. In other words, if we subtract the height of the cliff from the distance BD, we'll get the height of the what? Of the pillar. Right. So let's proceed. So from triangle ABC, tan 48 degrees is equal to H on 300. So making H the subject, H will be equal to 300 tan 48 degrees. Now with the help of the calculator, tan 48 degrees will be giving us 1.1106. So multiplying, we are going to get our H to be 333.18 meters. So it means that the height of the cliff is what? 333.18 meters. So you know we have to what? Conclude. So we conclude by saying, therefore, the height of the cliff is 333.18 meters. Good. So that is the solution to the I. Now let's move on to the II. Good. So from triangle ABD, that is the bigger right angle triangle, tan 55 degrees will be equal to X plus H on what? 300. Okay. And you know X plus H is what? The distance what? BD. So looking for the distance BD, which is X plus H, we are going to have 300 tan 55. So as I said earlier on, to find X, you have to subtract what? The H from the what? The distance BD. So making X the subject, we are going to have 300 tan 55 degrees minus H to be equal to what? X. But remember, we have already calculated for the value of what? Of H. Okay. So using the calculator to find the value of tan 55 and then substituting the value of H, we are going to have X to be equal to 300 into bracket 1.4281 minus what 333.18. So multiplying and simplifying, we are going to get the x to be what? 95.25 meters. Okay, so we conclude by saying, therefore, the height of the pillar is 95.25 meters. Right, so students, this is the solution to the assignment. I hope you scored all. Good. Clap for yourselves. Right, so to those of you who made one or two mistakes, take your time, go through it again and do your corrections, okay? And you'll be fine. Right, so now let's move on to our main business for the day. Example 8. Good. So example 8. Now, as I've been telling you, don't get scared by looking at the question. Okay, you follow the procedure that I've been giving you all the time. Read the question to understand, visualize the scenario being described, and then you draw a diagram using lines. In order for you to draw the diagram, you have to use the definition of angle of elevation to help you identify the point of observation and the object. Okay, good. So we are going to follow the same procedure to help us solve this question. So let's first read the question to understand. Two poles of equal height are standing opposite each other on either side of the road, which is 60 meters wide. From a point A between them on the road, the angles of elevation of the top of the poles are 64 degrees and 38 degrees respectively. Now we are to find I, the height of the poles to the nearest meter. I, the distances of point A from the poles to two decimal places. Good. So we have read it. Now let's read it again to enhance our understanding. Two poles of equal height are standing opposite each other on either side of the road, which is 60 meters wide. From a point A between them on the road, the angles of elevation of the top of the poles are 64 degrees and 38 degrees respectively. Now we are to find the height of the poles to the nearest meter and the distances of point A from the poles to two decimal places. Good. So we have now read the question to understand, we have visualized it. It's left for us to get the key information from the question to help us draw the diagram. Right. So for as we read, we are to what? Look for two poles. So we need two poles. And then also we need a road, okay, which is what? 60 meters wide. Okay. And it says from a point A. So which means that this is our point of what? Observation. Okay. So we have our point of observation to be what? A. Between them on the road, the angles of elevation of the top of the poles. So here our object is what? The top of the poles. Our object is what? The top of the poles. And we're given the angles of elevation to be what? 64 degrees and 38 degrees respectively. Good. So now that we have the key information from the question, we have to proceed to draw the what? The diagram. Okay, good. So now let's look at the diagram. Let's look at the diagram. Good. So we are to have two poles of equal height. So this one and this one. And they are at the opposite side of what? Of a road. So let's get our road. Now we were told that the road has a width of what? 60 meters. I hope you are following. Good. So that is the width of the road. Good. Now we're told that there is a point A between the two poles on the road. So once it is between, it doesn't necessarily mean it should be in the middle of the road. Okay, it can be here, it can be here, it can be anywhere between what? The two poles. So not necessarily what? The middle of the road. I hope you get that. Good. So let's get our point A. So we have our point A, and we're told that from this point the angles of elevation of the top of the poles are 64 degrees and what, 38 degrees respectively. So that is what we have. So now let's proceed to complete the labeling. So B, C, D, and E. Right. I hope you are following. Good. Good. So now, don't forget to show your 90-degree angle. Okay, 90-degree angle. Good. Now, ED and then BC are the poles, and they are of equal height. So let's use letter H to represent them. So this is H. Good. Now looking at the diagram carefully also, let's see. Now you realize that we know the distance EB, which is what, 60 meters, but we don't know EA, and we also don't know AB. Okay, but we can find AB when EB is what, is known. We can also find EA when what, AB is what, is known. Let me take it again. We can find AB, okay, when EA is known. We can also find EA when what, AB is known, because EA plus AB will give us what, EB, which is what, the 60 degrees. So if we are representing EA with X, what will be the value for AB? If you are representing EA with X, what will be the value for what, AB? What will be the answer? It's 60 minus X. Good. 60 minus X. So let's do that. Let's do that. So this place is X, then this place is going to be what? 60 minus what? X. 60 minus X. Good. So that is what we have. So we have a complete labeled what? Diagram. Now to find the height of the poles, okay, we will focus on finding the height of the poles based on the right angle triangle ADE, and then we'll also do the same thing for the right angle triangle ABC. So we'll find the height of the pole based on triangle ADE, and then we'll also find the height of the pole based on triangle ABC. Okay, good. So let's proceed. So from triangle, let's start with ADE. Okay, from triangle ADE, we are going to have tan 64 degrees to be equal to H on what? On X. Okay, so making H the subject, we are going to have X tan 64 degrees to be equal to what? H. Okay, so now let's use a calculator to find the value of what? Tan 64. Good. So tan 64 will give us what? 2.0503 to 4 decimal places. Okay, 2.0503. Good. So let's do that. So our H is going to be X into bracket what? 2.0503. Okay, so our H will be equal to 2.0503x. Okay, so our H is going to be 2.0503x. Good. So now we have the height of the pole based on triangle ADE. Now let's find the height of the pole based on triangle ABC. Good. So from triangle ABC, okay, from triangle ABC, so here our trig ratio will be what? Tan 38. So we are going to have tan 38 degrees to be equal to H on what? 60 minus X. Okay, so making h the subject, we are going to have 60 minus x times what? Tan 38 degrees. Okay, so expanding, we are going to have 60 tan 38 what? Degrees minus x tan 38 degrees. I hope you are following. Good, good, good. So now we have to get the value of tan 38 degrees, and we do the multiplication and simplification. So tan 38 degrees good. So we are getting 0.7813 to 4 decimal places. 0.7813. So let's proceed. So we are now going to have 60 into bracket 0.7813. Okay, 0.7813 minus 0.7813x to be equal to what? H. Okay, let me put this one back. Good. So 0.7813 and minus 0.7813x to be equal to what? H. So let's multiply and then we move on. Good. So we have 60. Let me confirm my tan 38 first. Okay, good. So 0.7813. Good. So now we want to multiply 60 by 0.7813. So 60 times 0.7813. Let's see what we'll get. So we want it in decimal, so we have this. So 46.878. 46.878. 46.87. So we are going to have 46.878, okay, minus what? 0.7813x to be equal to what? H. Okay, to be equal to H. Good. So let's write it well. Good. So this is the height of the pole from the what? The other, that's triangle ABC. That's triangle ABC. So we have two equations in terms of h and x here. The first one is the one from equation 1, which is what? Our h being equal to what? 2.0503x. Okay, 2.0503x. So now we can find the value of x, okay, and then we use it to find the value of what? Of h, okay, because this h here is the same as the h here. So it means that in place of this h, we can substitute what? This h there, okay. So doing so, we are going to have 2.0503x to be equal to 46.878 minus 0.7813x. Okay, good. So we group like terms. So we are going to have 2.0503x, okay, plus 0.78, okay, 0.7813x. I hope you are following, to be equal to 46.878. 46.878. So let's get our calculator. Good. So now we have 2.0503, okay, plus 0.813. Good. No. So let's get it down. 0.7813. So 2.0503 plus 0.7813. Good. So let's see what we'll get. Good. We are going to get 2.8316. 2.8316. Good. So let's go for it. 2.8316. 2.8316 x to be equal to 4. Good. So 46.878. So now want x, so x will be equal to 46.878 on 2.8316. Okay, so we need our calculator again. Right. So 46.878 on 2.8316. Okay, 2.8316. Good. Let's see what we get. So we are getting 16.5553. 16.5553. Good. So 16.5553 meters, and that is what? X, and that is x. Good. But remember, in I we have to find the height of what? The height of the pole. This one is not the height of the pole, and we know that the height of the pole h is the same as 2.0503x. okay, so it means that our h will now be what? 2.0503 into bracket 16.5553. okay, 16.5553. Good. So let's multiply quickly and see. So we have 2.0503, okay, then times 16.5553. okay, so let's see what we have. Good. So we are getting 33.9433. 33.9433. 33.9433. So that is our h. So our h is equal to 33.9433. okay, meters. But remember, we are to leave our answer to what? To the nearest meter. To the nearest meter. So 33.9433 to the nearest meter, okay, is going to give us what? 34 meters. 34 meters. So we conclude by saying, therefore, the height of the poles is 34 meters. Therefore, the height of the poles is 34 meters. Good. So, students, this is the answer for the I. This is the answer for the I. Now, let's look for the answer for what? For II. The answer for II. Good. So, II. Now, the II is the distances. Okay. We have to look for the distances from point A, okay, to the what? To the poles. The distances from point A to the poles. So one is AE and the other one is what? Is AB. Okay, so let's do that. AE and what? AB. So now, so let's make it EA is equal to what? X. Okay, and we have found X to be equal to what? 16, okay, 0.5553. Okay, 16.553 meters. Okay, so that is one of the distances. And then the other one is what? AB. Okay, good. But we're to approximate it to what? To 2 decimal places. So 16.5553 to 2 decimal places will be 16.5553 to 2 decimal places is going to be 16.56 meters. So that is EA. Now the other one is what? AB. Now AB2 is what? 60 minus what? X. So it means that our AB, okay, will be equal to 60 minus 16 points. Now here, take note, we use the raw value, not the approximated value. Okay, so we are going to use 16.5553 rather than 16.56. Good. So 16.5553. Good. So let's get the calculator. Good. So we have 60 minus 16.5553. Okay, 16.5553. So let's see what we get. Good. We are getting 43.4447. 43.4447. So our AB is equal to 43.4447. 43.4447. So to 2 decimal places, our AB will be equal to 43.44. 43.44 meters. Good. So let's conclude. So we conclude by saying, therefore, the distances from A, okay, to the poles. So the distances from A to the poles are, so one is what? 16.56 meters and 43, okay, sorry, 43.44 meters. 43.44 meters. Good. So students, this is the solution to example 8. Now take your time, go through, and you'll be fine. Okay? Good. So this is how far we'll end our lesson on example 8. Okay? Good. And you know I will not leave you without an assignment. Good. So let's look at the assignment and then we end the lesson. Right. So this is the assignment. Now take your time, read through, and follow the procedure that I've been giving you all the time. Okay? Good. So, till we meet again, revise, read ahead. Bye.